everyone. Today's recipe video is going to be one pan Singapore noodles. I've made these probably 3 times, and it's a really good meatless meal. It's actually vegan. There's lots of veggies in it, and it's full of flavor, and you can add extra flavor if you want, but I'm going to go ahead and show you the ingredients for it. You're going to need 2 heads of bok choy. You're going to need some green onions. It calls for 1 onion. I'm going to go ahead and use what I have left in the fridge that needs to be used up. A red bell pepper, a carrot, 4 cloves of garlic. You're going to need some olive oil or vegetable oil for sauteing the veggies in. You're going to need 8 ounces of thin rice noodles. And then for the sauce mixture, you're going to need some vegetable stock, some curry powder, some white pepper. If these are not 2 spices that you normally buy, you can go to a store that has them in like the bulk section and just get whatever you need, like Sprouts or Whole Foods. And then some brown sugar, and we're also going to need some regular white sugar because the recipe calls for sweet soy sauce, which I do not have, so we're going to use just plain sugar in the place of the sweet soy sauce. And also some sesame oil, some tamari sauce, and some regular soy sauce, which I put the recipe below. It doesn't call for this, but I like to throw soy sauce in there. So we're going to start chopping up our veggies. Okay, for the sauce, you're going to mix together 1 cup of the vegetable stock, 1 teaspoon of sugar or 2 teaspoons of sweet soy sauce, 2 teaspoons of curry powder, 1/2 teaspoon of white pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, and then 3 tablespoons of the tamari. So I'm just going to whisk all that together, and then it will be ready to add to the dish at the very end. Okay, so as you can see, I've got everything prepared because once you start cooking, it all comes together really fast. So I've got all my veggies chopped up, the seasonings mixed together. I'm warming up 2 tablespoons of olive oil here in my pan. And then I've got my vermicelli soaking in cold water for 10 minutes. The back of the package of vermicelli, if you read that on how to cook it, it says to soak in hot water. But for this recipe, you want to soak in cold water so that they don't get too mushy. Okay, to the olive oil, I'm going to add the red bell peppers. It's 1 red bell pepper chopped up, my onions, and 4 cloves of garlic. You can also add snow peas to this recipe. That's what the original one calls for. But we don't care for snow peas, so I don't usually add them. And I'm just going to let that stir fry for a couple minutes. And then in this bowl, I have 1 carrot. I have 2 green onions chopped up. And then from the bok choy that I chopped up, you can include the whole thing, but I didn't include all of the stem. I included some of it. So I'm going to go ahead and add that with the carrots and the green onion because they're a little more tough than the leaves. And just let that stir fry for another minute or so. Okay, then I've drained my noodles and I'm going to start adding them to the pan. I'm just going to use my huge pair of tongs here to mix it all up and break up the noodles. Okay, and then just want to add your sauce. And make sure to keep moving it around so that the noodles don't burn or stick together. Okay, and we're just going to let that cook until all the liquid is soaked up by the noodles. And at this point, you can go ahead and taste it and add more seasonings if you like. We love soy sauce, so I'm going to go ahead and add some soy sauce to it. And then I'm going to go ahead and start adding the bok choy. You just add the bok choy a couple minutes before you're done stir frying. And there it is, you guys. That's all there is to it. I forgot to let you know that you can also add bean sprouts to this dish, but I can never find those in the stores, so I don't even worry about it. But if you wanted to add them, you would add them when you add the bok choy. But it has a good flavor. It doesn't have a ton of flavor, so I did add a little bit more salt, a little bit more soy sauce, and then to our individual bowls we usually add some sriracha sauce to give it a little spice. That is the one pan Singapore noodles recipe. Thank you so much for watching, and give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, or if you've ever tried it, or if you have a similar recipe, let me know. I love Asian foods. Anything with noodles I love. But thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all next time.